Are you in the top 1%? Greetings. My name is Joseph Yagar. Welcome to another Life in Perspective broadcast. My objective is to provide thought provoking discussions so you can optimize your perspective on life. When you hear of the top 1%, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Most likely, obscene wealth, fame, glitz and glamour, is it not? The top 1% I'm referring to today does not include the trust fund babies. I'm referring to the ones who are crazy enough to think they could change the world and actually do. Those who toil and sacrifice what most aren't willing to, so they may live like most people only dream to. But I'm not here to speak of their financial prowess. That is only a byproduct of something far more valuable, which money cannot buy. Stick around, and I'll share with you what that is. Before I continue, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so by clicking the subscribe link below. It's free and would be much appreciated. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Not everyone dreams of or cares about being among the 1%. The interesting thing is that most of those who belong to the 1% don't set out to either. Heck, if they didn't get so much media exposure, you wouldn't even know they were any different than you if you walk past them in the street. Not because they think they are better than or more worthy than you, it's because their wealth does not define them. In fact, Steve Jobs said it best. Life can be so much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is that everything around you that you call life was made up by people who were no smarter than you. Their contributions begin with a vision most of us can't comprehend at first, but that once realized makes up the fabric of our life. That vision begins with a big idea. It is big, bold, believable, and true. It may only be so for them and like-minded folk at first, but eventually we buy in, and some of us even ask, how come I didn't think of that? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the point. Most of us seek to consume while the 1% seek to produce. They have a vision we cannot fathom while we seek to see others tested before we try it. They choose to believe there is no failure, only feedback. We choose to play it safe and expect to succeed. They seek to solve the world's problems. We ask, what's in it for us? In my opinion, there is an ocean-wide disconnect between the 1% and the wannabes. That ocean, ladies and gentlemen, is called perspective. Bill Gates famously said that if you are born poor, it is not your mistake, but if you die poor, it is. The top 1% takes full responsibility for where they are in life. They accept the fact that life is not fair and get used to it. They choose to be victors rather than victims and be the change they want to see. They have superpowers we don't comprehend until they have made it, have origins of poverty and flaws like the rest of us. And while most of us choose to self-loathe, see poverty as shameful, and hide our flaws, the top 1% choose to embrace who they are and their environment. And rather than use those as excuses, they use those as a springboard to change the world. It is a tradition of perspective that those who change the world pass down through the generations. We only see, admire, question, and envy the end result. We don't dare look under the hood of their success to uncover the sleepless nights, unpaid bill, astronomical debt, countless failures, and moments of despair. We make a few attempts at success that some commercial promised to deliver on with little effort, and when these fail, we give up and conclude that we were never meant to be rich and nothing works. We make it about us, what we can have, and what we look like to the world. A self-centered intention that brings little fulfillment or sense of purpose. The 1% make it about the world. They know that they will have everything they wish for if they help as many have what they want. Wealth is not the driving force, but a byproduct of their unrelenting belief in their big idea and the refusal to give up. It's their tradition of perspective. Success leaves clues that are accessible to all, but the clue we choose to overlook is the one that counts the most. Perspective. Will you dare to change yours? Please let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.